Greetings everyone. Let me handle some business before I get into today's video. Listen, if you have sent me a video about the changes that are coming in terms of Jamaica and Cuba and the expectations laid out by the United States government, if you send that video to me, can you please send it again? Because if you understand how WhatsApp works, I get so much messages, whether voice notes or videos for review purposes. And sometimes I don't see them right away. And you know how I know they're sent? When I go into my gallery to search for something. If you understand YouTube, you'll understand this. I go to find an old video or old picture to use as my backdrop, and I'll see a video that I never saw. So yesterday I did see this video and I started watching it, but I had to pause it, and now I cannot find it and I don't know who sent it. I need that video desperately. Okay, now to the person who sent this picture, I know that you would have been a day one supporter, because this video, I literally did it. That was the first video I uploaded on the channel. I'm going to have to do this in a few parts, okay? So we're talking about the changes that are coming and the threats by the US. And I don't think anyone should really look at it like it's a joke. It should be taken seriously, because it's not just about the US, flaunting their powers, but it's about individuals having the right to really stand up for themselves. But how can you do that? How can you stand up for yourself when you have no unity in terms of people from different places who this is going to affect, coming together, uniting, because it feels like an attack. And it's not coming from left field, okay? So the issue is that the Chinese are in Jamaica doing business. Before I go any further, let me tell you this. In 1992, I sat in on a sociology course. And one of the first things the professor said, because we're looking at Canada's trading partners, and they were talking about how China was poised to become a superpower because of how the West had sent all their manufacturing business to China, trying to save money so they can use the money that they would use in their manufacturing sector to, fund, bang bang activities. And he said it was going to be one of the biggest mistakes they made. Now, while they were busy looking for hegemony and world dominance, China was spreading their wings into Africa, into Caribbean regions. And when Rubio said that there was some exploitation going on, it is really an understatement, because we clearly know that, China is about building themselves and their economy. And I have no problem with that. Our people needed to remember, needed to draw on ancestral memory to understand that until we are collectively united, the forces of hell will always prevail. But we have a short memory, and we act as if we don't remember, because I can't believe that we have forgotten. Now, when you see across the border these directives that are coming out and these threats, which I would not see as idle, coming out, it puts me in the mind or the memory of that vision. And my longtime people, especially the person who sent me this picture, you will remember that vision where all these doors in Jamaica was being kicked off and different representation from around the earth. Asian, European, yeah. And guess what? Our people were filed into the churches like a zombie. They were going up these different levels of the church, unknown to them. And my thing is, no one can penetrate your borders unless there's an opening. So we look in Africa and we see all that is happening. And, some of it is something that you can feel very proud of because you're saying, wow, people are starting to have their eyes open and start to do what is necessary. Because listen, one of the reasons why I felt so upset about African men, whether in the African space or in the diaspora, is to say, at what point are you going to stand up like men? But we're seeing some shift. We're seeing some change in the tide. And the question to you is, will Jamaica be able to withstand these sanctions that are being threatened? I mean, the Americas are, having their tariff, and people are standing up. And I have made a video before to say I'm standing with Canada as a Canadian citizen. If they put a tag on something and they say don't buy that, I will not be. But unity is power. And our people need to understand themselves. Okay? We know we have enemies, and the enemies often are within the household, within the country, that invite individuals into the arena and give them the power to control and rule and to take and siphon what is rightfully for the people. And so until these individuals get to see their true enemy, the one that look like them, that is used to do these terrible things, will never achieve any level of power. It cannot happen without unity. And it doesn't necessarily have to just do with unifying with your own people. You have to look into it. They have to examine themselves and say, okay, how is this benefiting us? If you're going to come here and capitalize on anything we have as assets, or, whether raw material, or, in Africa, we have all these wealth. I don't want to list them in this video. If you're coming here to mine, we should be benefiting. It can't be that one-sided thing. Every time something happens, you see people, former exploitative natured individuals run on the scene because they never really let it go. We have all these stories of, independence and stories that we are a sovereign nation, until you get to the point where somebody can tell you, stop dealing with this one. Man, this is a man like anybody else. No greater man than our people. And you can look at grown men and say, don't deal with this one. If you deal with this one, or if you don't get rid of this one, we're going to do this, that, or the other. Cuba have supported Jamaica by building schools, by sending their, medical people to assist our failing healthcare system, and also educating our people, especially in the medical field. Free of charge. So how is it possible that these threats can be sent out, and who in their right mind is going to obey? What is going to happen? You see, when you're taking people things, and the gifts, I warned the people about these gifts. Be mindful of these gifts. You're taking it. There's a penalty. Okay? They're coming back to collect. So while the kettle is calling the pot black, saying that, oh, look at what they're doing, they're exploiting the people, that might be so. But here you are in 2025, sending not baseless threats. Because let me tell you, whenever these stories come out, don't expect them to recant. They're just literally tell you what the plans are for the future and how will the Jamaican people, deal with this. Because for the most part, they're not supporting not even their farmers. They're not self-sufficient, a land of wood and water, and they can't sustain themselves. They don't have food because they're busy showing off how long their line is in KFC, which is calcifying their brain when they eat the food, prepare them for the zombie-like takeover, and stepping over the farmer, going inside the supermarket with these toxic foods, leaving the real organic food right at their doorstep. They wouldn't even go to Mass John or Miss Susie and buy something from her, some plantain or some green banana, whatever. They're going to buy the one that is manufactured from wherever. Anyway, I digress a little bit. There will be a series of these conversations. And listen, we don't want no more drama over here, okay? We don't talk what we have to talk about, and we want to talk about the serious thing, because a lot of these things are distractions, to be honest with you. Distraction, so that we're not ready for the battle. Talk to me in the comment section. What is Jamaica to do? What will Jamaica do? Can Jamaica withstand these sanctions? Cuba showed that they couldn't be bought. They were not for sale. Cuba said, get out of my place in 24 hours. And that is where the belly coming from. Whenever you stand up for yourself and defend your honor and your sovereignty, you better expect this. All right? Expect that there will be a penalty. But are you ready? So we can see, Africa getting awakened and joining forces. You cannot overcome without unity. That is the most important message I have to give here. Okay? Stay tuned for the next video. Until such time, stay blessed, everyone.